that possible? The FBI says an American teen stowed away in the wheel well of a plane flying from California to Hawaii and survived. It was freezing cold, he had no oxygen, and clearly he eluded security. As Neil McDonald tells us, it was all enough to produce equal amounts of amazement and suspicion.
The FBI says this teenager stowed away in the unpressurized, unheated wheel well of a passenger jet, and then somehow held on for more than 5 hours in 45 below zero cold at nearly 11 kilometers above the earth, and lived. Furthermore, he walked away after waking up on the landing gear at the other end.
He hung from the wheel well, and then he fell to the ground and regained some strength and stood up and started walking to the front of the aircraft. We asked him if he was hungry. We went out and purchased him a lunch, got him some water, gave him a bag of cookies. So he was okay. He gained some strength after having some refreshments.
The 16-year-old had run away from home and was seen jumping the fence here at San Jose Airport in California. Authorities say he climbed into the wheel well without knowing where the jet was even headed. He told police he fell asleep, which would be inevitable. The plane climbed to 38,000 feet.
Within a few minutes up at that altitude, the person would pass out, and usually they would not survive for hours on end up there. So it just boggles the mind.
Skin freezes at about 40 below zero. It's much colder than that at 38,000 feet, and oxygen starvation, hypoxia, sets in at about 10,000 feet.
And if they did survive, you would think that they would have frostbite and all sorts of problems associated with the cold up there.
And yet, the Federal Aviation Administration has documented 2 cases of very high altitude stowaways surviving. Hydraulic lines in the wheel well generated some heat, it said, and the stable climb of the aircraft enabled gradual unconsciousness, said the FAA report. Hypothermia accompanies the deep hypoxia, preserving nervous system viability. With descent and warming, hypoxia and hypothermia slowly resolved. In other words, the teenager might have gone into hibernation. Neil McDonald, CBC News, Washington.
The latest now.